Ethan Miller, a 29-year-old software engineer, sat alone in his apartment, the sound of rain tapping gently against his window. His job paid well, his friends cared about him, but inside, he was empty. He'd been through heartbreak a year earlier, and since then, love felt like a closed chapter. That night, out of boredom and a little loneliness, Ethan typed a message he meant to send to his ex, but accidentally sent it to the wrong number. Do you ever miss someone who stopped missing you? He didn't expect a reply. But a few minutes later, his phone buzzed. Maybe they didn't stop. Maybe they just didn't know how to say it anymore. The number belonged to Lila Anderson, a 27-year-old literature major living in Seattle. A total stranger. But that one reply, soft, poetic, and kind, pulled Ethan out of the fog he'd been living in. From that night forward, they started talking. Not about small talk, but about real things. Pain, dreams, regrets, hope. Ethan told her about the time he built a snowman for his ex just to see her smile. Lila told him about the poems she wrote for her dad, who'd passed away 2 years ago. They didn't exchange pictures or last names. It wasn't about faces, it was about souls. Every night at 11:11, they'd text each other, make a wish. And secretly, both wished for the same thing, that this connection would last. Months passed. Their conversations became the most honest part of their lives. Lila became Ethan's favorite reason to check his phone. He'd catch himself smiling during meetings, just thinking about her words. But then, one day, she disappeared. No texts. No calls. Silence. Ethan's chest tightened. Maybe she met someone else. Maybe he imagined everything. For weeks, he sent short messages, "Are you okay? Please just say you're safe." And then one morning, a single text came through. "I'm sorry I vanished. I was in a car accident. I didn't want to scare you until I was okay." He froze. His hands shook as he read it over and over again. Relief. Pain. Fear. All at once. He typed back instantly. "Don't ever disappear again. You matter too much." After that, their bond only grew stronger. Distance made it real. They video called for the first time a month later, and for the first time, faces met the voices that had already fallen in love. Lila was everything he imagined: kind eyes, messy hair, and that small, shy smile that felt like home. From then on, they visited each other every few months. They made bucket lists, shared playlists, and promised, if they were still together after a year, they'd make it forever. But life doesn't play fair all the time. Ethan got offered a dream job in London. And Lila, she had just started her dream internship in publishing in New York. Two people, two dreams, two sides of the ocean. They both knew love alone wouldn't make it easy. But they also knew letting go would hurt even more. So they made a deal. No matter how far they went, they'd text each other every night, just one line about their day. Days turned into months. Calls turned into long letters. And even through the distance, their hearts stayed connected. 2 years later, Ethan returned to the US for good. He had planned everything: the place, the timing, the words. He texted her, "Meet me where it all began at 11:11. She smiled through tears, knowing exactly what it meant. They met in Central Park under fairy lights and the sound of city life fading around them. Ethan handed her a framed print of their first ever texts. "One wrong number," he said softly, "and I found everything right." Lila's eyes filled with tears. "One text," she whispered, "one chance, one forever." And when he got down on one knee, she didn't need to hear the question. She just nodded through laughter, through tears, through every memory they'd built.